Hi, I'm Shruti from Celligence. I am a CAPTIS product specialist here, and today I'm going to show you what CAPTIS is, what it does, and how it can help medical writers achieve efficiency in their processes. Quick introduction on CAPTIS. It essentially is a workspace for all of your regulatory writing needs. So right from data gathering, you search your articles, you review them, doing analysis, reporting, and down to the actual drafting of your document, including a full review cycle. All of that can happen on CAPTIS. So when you come inside your projects, you'll first land in your overview page. This is giving you a short summary of what's happening in your project, where are your articles coming from. And something unique about CAPTIS is that it allows you to set up two distinct or individual workflows for your device safety and performance discussions, and also for your device state-of-the-art discussions. And below that, we see a comments pane. So comments are all over the platform. CAPTIS is really big on collaboration. Any project-related or device-specific discussions that need to take place can happen on the project itself. This way, all of your important decisions are fully traceable. You can also use this to, let's say, pin information on strategy on your device so that the entire team is on the same page. So let's go to the search page here. Now, search page is where your literature module begins. So once you have your search keywords, your search strategy in place, you can come in here and click on new search and start conducting your searches. So once you run your searches, they appear something like this. So CAPTIS captures your entire search strategy for you. It knows which keywords were used, which filters were used, what was the objective of your search, when was it performed, by whom. All of that is fully captured and is traceable. And the best part, you can always go back and edit your searches. Let's say you want to go and expand your date range. That is something that you can do even after you've run your searches, even after you've reviewed your articles. So all of your previous decisions will still remain. CAPTIS will only let you know which new articles came up after you expanded your date range. Okay, so let's go to my SOTA workflow. This is my level 1 screening page. This is my title and abstract screening stage. Now, regardless of the different databases that I used, or the number of search strings that I had, all of them will be compiled together in one uniform list of articles. And this was one task that used to take up a lot of time when me and my teams were working, say, manually without a software like CAPTIS. Just this task of searching on all of these databases, downloading data that you're getting from each search string, repeating it over and over for the different databases that you had. All of that is now taken over by CAPTIS, and it also automatically identifies duplicates for me and removes them from my list. It excludes them using the duplicate article reason. So that is also one less task that I need to do when I'm reviewing my articles. And then you also have lots of filters on the right. I'm going to quickly move myself to the top so that you can see the filters, right? So you have filters for the status, you have filters for which database that you've searched, and then tags we'll talk about in a while. You can also filter by exclusion reason. You can also filter by a very specific search string. So each of your search strings, you can also define a name to them, and these names will appear here. This way you can filter by that also. And CAPTIS also allows you to apply or configure something called keywords. So you can set up positive or negative keywords. So all of your positive keywords are what we see right now here in black, like brain and radiotherapy, and my negative keywords are the ones that I see in red. So anywhere in the title or the abstract, wherever the platform finds these keywords, it will quickly highlight them for you like this. This way, you can take a quicker decision by having these words pop out to you right away. Let me quickly show you what a level 1 screening looks like. So I'll filter by actions pending. Let's say I also want to see my PubMed articles. We can also hide this pane on the left to get a better view. Okay, so you have all that you need for your first level of screening. You get your abstract, you get your titles. You also have hyperlinks which take you back to the original web page in case you need to see more information. And then below that, you also get to see the original search string that gave you this article. Again, like I said, traceability is all over the platform. So this is something that you can see if you want to. If you want to include articles, simply click include. Additionally, you can also categorize your articles. I can set up something called article tags, and then Let's say this article is giving me information about the clinical background. I can apply a clinical background tag. Maybe this also talks to me about my competitor landscape. So one more tag you can apply. So this way you can configure as many article tags as you want, depending on the kind of categories that you want to make for your literature. And each of these are also available as quick filters outside. So you always can just filter out by a specific tag, see how many articles that you have, and do more with that data set. Let's look at another example. To exclude an article, you can click on this exclude button here, choose your reason. Now these reasons can be configured by you itself when you're setting up your project, so you can match your exact template that you follow for reviewing literature. And once you pick your reason, that article is excluded. Now additionally, because we have two different workflows, one specific for the device safety and performance and the other one for state of the art, it's possible that when you're reviewing a certain data set, you might come across articles which are great to be discussed within the other data set. For example, let's say I'm in my state-of-the-art workflow and I come across a great article talking about my subject device. It has good clinical evidence, also exactly what I need. So the more appropriate place for me to discuss this article would be within my DUE set of articles. So what I can do on CAPTIS, I can exclude this article from this workflow. And once I do that, if I click on these three dots, I get to see an option called Use in DUE. So when I do that, CAPTIS will send a copy of this article to the other workflow also. And I also get to see additional tags like move to DUE or DUE and SOTA. Thereby, this way I know what happened to these articles, where is my article coming from, because this did not come from my original DUE search string. All right, let's quickly look at our level 2 review. Now, level 2 is where you do your full text evaluation. The moment you send your articles to level 2, if any of these have a freely available PDF online, CAPTIS will automatically download and attach it to these articles. Again, this way, lesser work for you to do when you're arranging PDFs for your entire data set. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to filter by articles which have a PDF and articles which are yet to be screened. And let's look at one of these. Okay, I'm going to move myself again. And if I click on this open article button on top, I can see the full PDF load on the left. And then if I click on the review button here, this will load my questionnaire that I've set up for this project. I'm going to move myself again so you can see better. Okay, so you read the paper on the left, and on the right you can simultaneously start answering your questions. Additionally, you can also highlight content within the article. Let's say you come across some great content talking about a very specific thing. You can actually select that content within the paper and click on this highlight button and apply another tag. So what we saw earlier were article tags which get applied on the entire article. This is specific for content within articles. So these are called content tags. So again, you can configure as many different kinds of tags that you need in your project, and once you apply them, click OK, and that's saved as a highlight in your article. So we saw questions, highlights, and then let's talk about this tab. Now this tab is where you can extract data from this article. You typically make tabular summaries from the articles that get included in your literature review. You can set up all of your parameters in your project settings and they will appear like this. Additionally, you can also use the help of our CAPTIS Copilot, which is our AI assistant. So what Copilot will do is it will read the paper on the left and automatically give you suggestions based on the parameters that you've set up. And then you also have access to something called Copilot Chat. Here you can use this to do, to get more info from your article. For example, right here, I've asked Copilot to summarize the study methodology for me in about 80 words, and it did that for me. So you can use it to ask more questions on the paper itself. Ask it maybe, if any adverse events were reported, or if it can summarize a certain kind of parameter for you, it can help you with that too. So once you're done with your level 2 review, once you're done extracting your data also, you can jump to the reports section. Now, these are all the automatic reports that CAPTIS will make for you. So you have the Prisma flow diagram, which gets generated automatically. Again, this is a dynamic report. All of these numbers will update as and when you have any updates in your literature review. You also get to see your entire level 2 review, all the gradings that you're giving against each article in your level 2 stage. All of that is captured here. Each of these reports can be exported out into Excel sheets as tables. You can also export the entire set of reports as one Excel workbook if you want to. And then I also have my article data sheet. So anything that I'm capturing from my article during the data extraction stage, all of that is also available in a table like this. And then search parameters is also another table, which is essentially my entire search strategy. And then finally also the appendix, which is essentially which search string gave me how many articles, and then what was the fate of each of these articles within my review in both level 1 and level 2, and if it was excluded, what was the reason. All right, let's look at our adverse events module. Now, CAPTIS is also integrated with the US FDA mod database. Any searches that you do there, you can do them directly from CAPTIS, and quite a few benefits over doing them traditionally on mod. One, you can set up product codes, which is something that you can't do on mod. And then secondly, you can also see all of your brand names which have a report against them. So even if there are, say, any spelling mistakes, somebody forgot to put in a hyphen or an extra space somewhere when they were entering these mod reports the first time, you will get to see all of these name variations in the same list. And this also allows you to select all of these variations at the same time. That means you can search for your subject device, your equivalent device, and also your your similar device or your competitor device all within the same search without having to run multiple searches. And then lastly, this also does not have any limit for the number of results you can see or download. As you know, mod currently does not allow you to see or download more than 500 results. CAPTIS does not have any such limitation. And we're also integrated with the TPLC database. I'm going to move myself again. Okay. So you can see your entire TPLC table here, but as you know, TPLC tables cannot be copied from the website directly. CAPTIS gives you that copy option, and you can also just download that table in a Word format. Additionally, you can also configure your TPLC table, choose the device which, your devices of interest. For example, I have one device family here selected, and then CAPTIS will give you a nice little comparison, out of the total category total that I have for this device problem, how many came from my device. So if this comparison is something that you could use in your documents, CAPTIS has it for you. And a very similar feature is also available for patient problems. Now, patient problems is not a separate table on the FDA database, but because this information is anyways captured with your usual mod reports, CAPTIS was able to generate a similar table to that. Okay. Let's go to the source documents module. This is where you would be uploading all of your technical documents that you need for making that final regulatory document, anything that you want to refer back to. And when you upload documents, you can also set up bookmarks in each of these documents. So, and if you click on these documents, again, on these bookmarks, sorry, you'll see where these were placed, where exactly were they placed. Again, click on them and navigate to different locations within your documents depending on where the location of the bookmark is. And each of these are also directly accessible in the report writing module when you're making that final draft of your regulatory document. Let's quickly go and configure a new report document. So I'm going to my project settings, report documents. Let's click on create new. I can select a template if I want to. Right now, let's not select a template. Let's say I'm making a CEP. I'll make a blank one. I can then define my document structure. Let me move myself again. Okay. So let's say section 1 is my executive summary. Just one section is fine for now. Let's go back to my project. Reports, documents. CEP is just what we set up. Okay. Let's zoom in. Click on edit. And here I can start editing my document. Now I can type in simple text using the options above, the toolbar above, or I can even pull in entries from something called the data dictionary. The data dictionary works like a master repository for all of your device information, things that don't really change across different documents for the device. For example, if I add the intended purpose, I can just pull it in from here. And this also ensures that all of your documents have the exact same information going in without any variations. And this also makes it really easy for you to update the same information across multiple documents at once. All you need to do is right click on the edit dictionary button here, and then make your edits to the content. And the moment you save, all of your documents get updated if they used the same dictionary entry. We also have other features. For example, let's open my list of bookmarks. Maybe I want to look at my precautions. So CAPTIS will open that bookmark, scroll it to the top of the page, and let's say I'm copying this text. So I can copy my text as usual. I'm just going to copy 2 sentences. click on this copy icon, go back to wherever you're editing. And the moment you paste, CAPTIS also makes a link for you. This is called a content link. So if I click on this link, I will be taken to exactly where I picked up this information from. So as a writer, I have a much easier time maintaining traceability, and even as a reviewer, you will have an easier time just verifying this information. CAPTIS also comes with an automatic abbreviation capture. So what I mean is, let's say radiation therapy is something that I abbreviate as RT. So you can just copy your text and then click RT, select RT, click on abbreviation, paste your text and save this. And this will also automatically create this list of abbreviations for me. And any other abbreviations that I've already saved in my project for other reports, the moment I start typing them out, they also keep auto-populating in my list of abbreviations. CAPTIS also has a built-in reference manager. So any articles that you include in your SOTA or DUV workflows automatically populate and you can just pick them up. If I type the @ symbol, I can see all my articles which are available. I can also type and filter and see what they are, and also hover over them to see what the full form or the full reference is. And any reports that I generate from my literature review, I can also quickly just right click on insert report and add them into my document. So I can just pick my reports from here. I can, for example, let's put the article data sheet. I'm going to call this my summaries table. So this inserted my report for me. I can click on the eye icon and see how that report looks like. And maybe I don't want to see my safety outcomes right now, but I'm also capturing performance. Maybe that's what I want to see for this section. I can actually click on the settings and configure my report from here. So these are all the data points that I'm currently capturing for all my articles. I can just switch my data points to see what I need. And at the bottom, I get to see, a quick preview of how my report will look like. I can also select from which state do I want my articles to be, and if there are any specific article tags that I want to filter by, I can also do that if I want to. The moment I click save, and then we go back to my project, and ta-da! This is my table. This is now updated. The best part about these tables is that these are dynamic. I cannot edit these tables directly when I'm drafting my document because these are linked directly back to my literature module. So anytime there is any update in my literature data set, these reports will update automatically. I need not come back, delete the old report, add the new one because CAPTIS is taking care of that change for me. And that's about it for this very, very short demo of CAPTIS. If you're interested to know more, if you're curious to see how this can help your teams, feel free to send us an email. We'll get in touch with you and we can schedule a full demo for you and your team. That's all for today. Bye-bye.